All right, guys. So I actually want to move into a little segment now we like to call the Chum Bucket here on Real Sharks. And, we did it with we accidentally did it in the last show with Transformers, but now we're going to actually make some of it. So hope you guys actually enjoy here. So the movie today is actually James Cameron's Avatar.
Avatar.
Now, what's wrong with Avatar? Nothing. It's actually a pretty good film, outright. It's a good action film. Special effects are awesome. Everything about the movie seems legit until you actually start watching it. And you sit there and you go, have I seen this movie before?
Right.
Okay, this guy's come to this new world. Okay, he's looking for unobtainium. Okay, he runs into the chief's daughter. If the chief's daughter takes him back to the village... Oh, wait, this is Pocahontas! Yes, that's the problem with James Cameron's Avatar. It is Pocahontas. For those of you who like to say that it's Dances with Wolves, you don't know your movies. It's actually Pocahontas. I mean, everything about the film is Pocahontas. His name is, Jack Sully, John Smith, J.S. They come to the new world, Pandorum, to get unobtainium, slash
Natives.
Gold.
Yeah.
While he's here, Pocahontas teaches him how to grow corn. While he's in Pandorum, she teaches him how to ride dragons. I mean, the movie in itself is kind of a premise of, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's just get it. But, the premise of the movie is ridiculous. But a good popcorn flick. Now, I want to go around the table. Luke, I want to start with you first. What do you think of James Cameron's Avatar?
It's not much to think about, really. It's interesting to think about how this movie basically swept the world. At the time, it was like #1 at the box office. I mean, it's still up there, I think, right, as far as overall final numbers. And every now and then, they do re-releases. Really, the only thing this movie had going for it, and still has going for it, is its visual technology behind the visuals. That was going to rejuvenate the 3D movie world, and of course, it absolutely didn't.
Yeah.
There's really not much. Again, the funny thing about the story is when you really think about it, the characters are completely bland and uninteresting. The story is extremely generic. Nothing is particularly bad, but nothing is particularly unique or thoughtful or at all just kind of standoutish.
If I'm correct, Luke, sorry to interrupt you, it grossed $2.7 billion at the box office.
It's still the top grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone's topped it yet. Again, I think a lot of that, because again, the 3D technology was very revolutionary. The funny thing is, again, after that came out, no other 3D movie really match what he was doing what James Cameron was trying to do. So this was just kind of a case, I think, in which there was too much emphasis kind of on the visual. James Cameron clearly loved the world he created. He thought there was something really special about it, but he didn't really give an interesting story to go along with it.
I just thought he just took the script from Pocahontas and just erased things in it.
Yeah. What's funny is that that's not the Pocahontas script is the same as the Dances with Wolves script, as the same as the Last Samurai script, as the same as
Last Samurai is Dances with Wolves.
It's also Fern Gully too. Yeah, it's not an unfamiliar trope what we were dealing with. The nature, the greatest irony I remember somebody pointed out, and it might have been a hack director, was that the point of this whole movie, right? The whole point of this movie is we are spending too much time, in the pursuit of money, in the pursuit of increasingly inhumane technology. We must embrace deeper natural truths. And this is a $300 million movie with the absolute latest technology, making billions and billions of dollars. It does ring a little bit hollow when the whole point of the movie is to reject technology into more earthiness, and everybody's like, I want to put dumb glasses on my face so I can watch a big, expensive, loud, dumb movie for 2.5 hours. Do you remember the Avatar news reports about people getting clinical depression?
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
I do, yeah.
They
That
were
was
like, oh my
People
God,
getting clinically depressed over that movie.
Yeah. This beautiful place in Pandora.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, it didn't happen at the time. It was pretty big.
Yeah, people were really getting really depressed over the movie. It was hold on, Luke. It was people were actually getting very depressed over the movie, and it was actually causing a lot of problems because people were like, "Oh, it's so sad that the natives are being massacred by all these people," and it's just like you didn't feel that bad when real Native Americans were getting massacred. You don't care that they're on reservations.
Yeah.
It's like paint them blue, then maybe you'd care.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, with this movie, like, and honestly, from what Luke said, I really didn't think of it as, or it had parts of Ferngully in it until he mentioned it. I mean, well, yeah, now I can see it with it. But with like when I first watched it, I even just rewatched it again recently. The Colonel in it reminds me of Governor Ratcliffe in Pocahontas,
Right.
and I didn't think about it
supposed to be
until like I watched it again. I'm like, holy crap, it's Governor
It's
Ratcliffe.
just Pocahontas. I
Yeah.
mean,
John Sully is John Smith. He's he's not a native to the planet. They go to a planet. They have natives on it, Native Americans. The outsider learns their ways and learns their customs, becomes more integrated in it. Stops the the forces from taking over, and they were trying to mine for some type of material, right?
unobtainium.
Apatanium, which is so like when I heard that name, I was like that
Couldn't
name
come up
alone.
with anything more creative.
It's like they couldn't come. It's like really like it's so bad. So that
They called
and
it
then,
vibranium.
yeah, but yeah, it's just the whole concept of the movie. You guys have hit every nail on the head. I don't think it is a bad movie. I think it does get a worse rap than it should get because it's not a bad film. Like
No, it's not a bad
twisted.
film.
Yeah, it's not a bad film. But why is it in the Chum bucket? It's just because
It's not unique.
It's not unique. Like for its standards, like all the special effects that the movie has, it doesn't deliver with the story. So you're just looking at like, wow, look at the technology of movies in the future are going to look like, because this film is kind of like the standpoint, and it should have been like a focal point of what it's going to be. But you're just looking at a very generic story with subpar acting and characters that are not that interesting. I mean, you're not going to really remember any of them unless you watch it again.
Definitely.
So, Avatar belongs in the Chum bucket.